kid, I like didn't know that anything was wrong. So I mean, I guess you don't really know like what's not normal. I guess we were down with our dance company in Disney for a performance there, and I mean we were performing like a 15-minute long piece and going the entire time. And I think with the community, I was really struggling after we performed. Everyone could like see that. It was like a family friend that said, "Well, have you ever had her heart looked at?" And so then we ended up going down to like the Children's Hospital in Ohio, and they did like an EKG and a scan of my lungs and different things. And the doctor basically had thought that the EKG was done backwards because the readings were so horrible. And like the lung scan that they did came back, and it just looked like I had a ton of scar tissue in my lungs. And so my family, we were all just kind of like that. There was no way, like we need like a second opinion. So then we went to the Cleveland Clinic, and where they actually confirmed it, and they actually called me 2 days after saying that I would have to have emergency open heart surgery in the following days. What happens is where normal people have an open area in the heart for the blood to flow through, I basically had an extra piece membrane in there with only 2 tiny holes that all the blood flow could like go through. So I don't know that I took it overly well. I mean, no 17-year-old going into their senior year wants to think that they're having open heart surgery, and I mean, you don't know. That's pretty serious. So like, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, yeah. So the day of surgery, I remember all of you guys were like around my bed as I was like getting ready to be taken to surgery, and our minister was there, and I think he said a prayer before I went in. I remember that kind of being ironic, just because at that moment I was just angry about everything. The pain was fine in the hospital, but I would notice because like my whole rib cage obviously had been open, and then they had to close it, and it was, I mean, together by staples. I would notice I would do things, and like I could feel that like my rib cage wasn't together, and so it'd be more like I guess like the easiest way to equate it is like kind of like a pinching. At first I was kind of just angry at everyone, and I knew I was like taking out on my family. I mean, I couldn't do like with any recovery. I mean, you have to rely on others, and I never really had to do that. It was really hard on me because I don't like asking for help. Yeah, I mean, today I'm in a much better position with it. The quote that I like follow now is like it's a quote by Confucius, wherever you go with all your heart. I mean, I think that's something not just destination-wise where you go, but like when what you do and who you become. But in the way of like actually like discussing like what happened, I guess I don't really like to dwell on it that much. I feel like, I mean, that's over, I guess, and so I'd rather just like live in the present. I don't want to have an excuse or like things like that, and that I don't want for the next like 10 years for me to be like, oh, remember that time when I had that.